Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Prime Minister Andrej Plenković has once again denounced Slovenia's attempts at unilaterally implementing a controversial arbitration court ruling along their shared maritime border. The Prime Minister said he would travel to Brussels next month to discuss the issue with the President of the European Commission.
In agreement with Commission President Juncker, I will meet with him and the entire Commission College in mid-February, when we will table all of the relevant issues of importance to our membership in the EU, including relations with our neighbors. So on that occasion, we will have an opportunity to once again present our position and our approach to resolving this problem. I think that through all of our actions, we have shown a high level of restraint and responsibility, while still strongly advocating for our interests and yet respecting good neighborly relations and avoiding any kind of actions that could lead to unnecessary incidents.
In related news, President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović will certainly use the opportunity of a working visit to Slovenia on Saturday to discuss the tensions between the two neighboring countries. The presidents of Italy, Austria and Hungary will also be in attendance. The Plenković government has adopted a tax regulation on motor vehicles that will make buying new cars cheaper. Finance Minister Zdravko Marić said the measures would affect all new cars sold in the country, but would have the greatest impact on those costing €20,000 or less.
The government's goal in implementing these measures was to invigorate the automobile industry. While Croatia is not known as an automobile producer on the world market, the activities of certain local companies are directly involved in the automobile industry, and automobiles have always been of great importance in Croatia for businesses and for personal use as well.
The government has provided a state guarantee for the financial recovery and consolidation of the troubled Yannick Shipyard in Pula. However, the activation of the nearly €100 million will first have to be approved by Brussels, as the funds can only be transferred to the shipyard after the European Commission approves their restructuring plan. Finance Minister Zdravko Marić.
The issuing of the government guarantee has been decided and will be realized once given the approval of the European Commission within the Commission's guidelines.
The second session of the Special Expert Commission for the implementation of the National Education Strategy took place earlier today. The Commission approved a harmonized draft of the action plan, as well as the conditions for the tenders for expert working groups. Education Minister Blaženka Divjak said it was vital that each step of the process be conducted openly and transparently. The Conflict of Interest Commission has decided not to initiate proceedings into President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović for completing her doctorate in political science while in office. At the same time, the Commission has initiated proceedings against Finance Minister Zdravko Marić for two meetings he had with Agricore founder Ivica Todorić in the lead-up to the Agricore debt crisis. Marić defended his actions as minister, adding he would respond to the allegations in a timely manner.
Ever since I was appointed to the position of finance minister, I have always worked in the public interest for the average citizen, the economy, and society as a whole. I would never place specific interests above those of the public well-being. Regarding today's events, I will answer all of the Commission's questions, as procedure requires, within the legally prescribed time frame.
Meanwhile, Agricore founder Ivica Todorić announced via his latest blog post that he has filed a lawsuit against Croatia with the European Commission for what he calls discrepancies between the government's so-called Lex Agricore and European law. Todorić added that he filed the suit with the Commission because of the supposed sluggishness of the Croatian judiciary. Taking a quick look at sports, Croatia is set to host the European Handball Championships that get underway tomorrow in Zagreb, Split, Varaždin and Poreč. Croatia plays their first game against heated rivals Serbia in Split at 8:30 p.m. Coach Lino Červar held a press conference today to present his final squad of 16 players with whom he hopes to claim the gold medal.
It's always hard when you're put in a position to make a decision of who to leave out. It's like the father of a family having to make a similarly tough decision. At the same time, I have to maintain my vision and ideas, and I need to be able to communicate them to my players. I need to be a head coach with a clear vision. I cannot make my choices based on my personal preferences.
In tennis, the draw for the first Grand Slam of the season, the Australian Open, was revealed earlier today. Croatia's top player Marin Cilic will be participating, along with 21-year-old Borna Ćorić and veteran Ivo Karlović. And in the women's competition, Croatian players will include Mirjana Lucic-Baroni, Donna Vekic, Petra Martic and Jana Fett. Ana Konjuh has pulled out due to injury. The tournament starts on January 15th. The weather forecast for tomorrow calls for cloudy skies in the interior with light rain in places. Higher elevations can expect sleet and snow. Gorski Kotar is likely to see heavier snow flurries. The Adriatic coast will be partly cloudy, while areas of the south could see light showers. Winds along the Adriatic coast will be moderate to strong and come out of the northeast. Hurricane-strength gusts are possible near the Velebit Channel. Morning lows of -1 to 4 degrees inland and from 5 to 10 on the coast will give way to highs of 2 to 7 inland and from 9 to 14 degrees Celsius on the coast. Skies are expected to partly clear by Saturday afternoon throughout continental regions. Light snow is still possible in the mountains. Sunday and Monday will be mostly sunny but noticeably colder. More clouds and rain are in the forecast towards the middle of next week. The Adriatic coast will get partly sunny skies over the next few days. Dalmatia can expect isolated showers. Heavier storms will move in on Tuesday and Wednesday. Saturday will see a strong to gale force northeasterly wind lose strength on Sunday. Monday could see a return of a weak northeasterly, while the open seas will get a westerly and northwesterly. Expect a southeasterly wind early next week. And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night.